go. Just in case you were under any doubt whether we were recording or not, a little voice comes on to tell us. So, Lorraine, we got to yourself. Would you like to tell us about, I think we got to the point where we were talking about Medway and campaigning, and we were just wondering, I think Wayne was leading into your involvement and what you've been doing in Medway. So if you could tell us a bit about that, that would be great. Thank you.
Okay, I will show you a picture. It's a newspaper cutting from 2020. Can you see that?
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
yeah.
Yes,
there's
thank
me,
you.
There's me in the green, yeah. And I'll read a little about, this is dated the 6th of Feb 2020. It's got fighting with dementia. People living with dementia are being encouraged to head off to the gym and build their confidence while keeping healthy. I won't read it all, but what it is with Alzheimer's Society and myself, there was a representative there. We went to the local sports centre and said, could you offer something for people with dementia? And of course they did. So so this group was aimed at people with dementia, and you had certain apparatus to use, like the treadmill, the rower, and the bike. And we were very lucky. There was about 3 of us. We got our own personal trainer. Very, very nice. So it was wonderful. But then COVID struck, so it kind of didn't happen anymore. But one amazing thing that came out of it, could anybody tell me what this is?
No, I can't tell what it is, Lorraine.
Okay, it's called a paddle. No, it's called a saddle. And what you do, you know, when you're in the sports centre and all those lockers, they all look the same, and you've got a key to go and open it, and then you think, what one's mine?
Yeah.
Well, this fits over the front of the door. No, this fits over the front of the door. You don't actually put a picture of you in there, but you put something memorable to you, a flower, a pet, something like that. Yeah. And then when you've had your swim or your workout, you go to the locker, well, you know which one's yours.
That is amazing.
Hang any keys or put your phone in there. That's amazing, isn't it?
I love that. I've never seen that before, and I absolutely love that. That's wonderful. What a great idea. And where did that come from, Lorraine? Well, it's from Medway Council, and I got together, although the actual event, it was a long time ago, it's 2020, and I've forgotten, but I can recall bits and pieces of it with different data I've got here. They probably asked me a way. I probably brought up the fact that, how do you know which one's your locker? And if you're having visual problems due to dementia or any other cognitive kind, how do you know which one's yours? How can you identify which locker's yours? And they came up with that. That's amazing, isn't it? Yeah, love it. Yeah,
that's amazing, isn't it? So that was the swimming and all that sports thing. Right, what's next on my list is...
Go on.
I just had
one of the things I wanted to ask you, Lorraine, is about something about Tai Chi.
Tai Chi, education. Yes, I've got it. Okay. There was Dan Mace. Well, I've said it now. He's an educational officer from the local Medway Council for Education. He asked us what we would still like to do. They believed that when people have dementia, all of a sudden they want to knit and make Christmas cards. Well, no, not against it. And if you like knitting and you like craft, that's fine. But me, no. I said, what about Tai Chi and African drumming? And he goes, leave it with me. And leave it with him we did. And Tai Chi was set up. So we have Tai Chi for dementia at the Rochester Hub every Friday morning. It's still going. So do you want to pop in there, Wayne?
This was probably about 7 years ago or whatever. Before Lorraine had taught me how to be a nice person, Rick would probably argue whether I'm a nice person now or not. But before Lorraine taught me how to be a nice person, we were invited as memorabilia to go along to this council meeting where it was to talk about what sorts of things do dementia people like doing. And we went along, and the first thing they wanted to do was to sit down and start decorating bloody cards. Well, Lorraine just sort of quietly sat there looking a bit put out, but saying nothing. Wayne blew up. Wayne really blew up, and I don't think my language was, bad. I didn't sort of suddenly start using 4-letter words all over the place, but I made it very, very clear verbally and body language wise, and the fact that I then get up and leave, that this is not what people with dementia want to do. They are going to adult education to be educated about something. So that's kind of where all this came from. And thankfully, Lorraine's involvement with them has got bigger and bigger, deeper and deeper as time has gone on. So Medway Adult Education now is very, very good for those with cognitive decline thingies, no matter what neurological issue it is.
Yeah, thank you, Wayne. And I think that's really important because quite a lot of the activities for people with dementia are very creative, which is lovely in some respects, because if people with dementia are losing their language or things like that, and it can create those nice feelings of exploring and things like that. Sorry, I just got a pop up. But one of the things that's really important is that that's only helpful for people who like that kind of thing, who maybe would have done that as a creative art or hobby anyway, or maybe they can find a new hobby within that. But but the point is, it's not for everybody, and that's the thing, isn't it? It's about finding for people who don't want to do those sorts of things, is finding other avenues and not making assumptions that just because you now have a diagnosis of dementia that suddenly you're going to all be the same and you all want to do the same thing. So that's where we have this remember students, we were talking about the person-centeredness of that. So Lorraine, I know Lorraine is somebody who would not be very happy if you provided her with some creative material, because that's not something that Lorraine is interested in, and therefore you might actually get quite upset or not necessarily angry, but you politely you would say,
to get upset. I would have thought, oh, okay, this is not for me.
Yeah,
I wouldn't have blown up about it like somebody I know, but I would just sort of politely refuse. Thank you, but not for me. Also on education, it is about cinemas. I was asked to go to London for the Picture House in Hackney, which I am a London girl. Hackney I was born in, and it was this making picture palaces dementia friendly. So the picture houses. So Wayne and I have also been in local cinemas. Wayne could probably give you more detail of that. As I say, it's my memory is badly affected from what happened in the past. But without these little props all around me, at least I can read and have a look. What have I been doing? There's my face. There's my story. You know, I know it happened. And also with the like that kind of activity, I was involved in a Don't Leave Me Now program. And I'm sure Wayne can give you examples on both of those. Over to you, Wayne.
Just quickly to say, like, what Lorraine's talking about at Hackney, it wasn't just to go to one cinema, it was for the Curzon Cinema Group. So it was a national thing. It just happened to be based in Hackney. Lorraine being a Hackney girl, it seemed to make sense that she would go and do that. But Lorraine and I have also done the Odeon group and had major changes in that now at certain times of the day, they don't turn the lights down until the film's actually going to start, because that gives people a chance to sit down. They turn the lights up so that you can get down the stairs and things like that. The sound is a little more balanced at certain times of day, and many of them even have you know, dementia friendly or let's put a label like old people friendly showings where they keep the sound down and you can get a cup of tea or coffee and biscuits and all this sort of thing. So it's nice that these things, we used to say, not just Lorraine and I, but our dementia peers, we always used to say, well, you're speaking for us, not with us. But you know, the world is changing, and you are helping that. Laura in particular is helping that change by and enabling us to come and do this sort of thing, you see, because you're learning to speak with us as opposed to about us, and you know, the world will change because of that. Yeah. Oh, the other thing, the Don't Leave Me Now, that was a play. Specifically, there's another one that I was involved in, I think only last year sort of thing. It was a play specifically about dementia and about the Don't Leave Me Now. So this person with dementia still being alive, but to all intents and purposes, they'd left the family, so to speak. And so it was a play developed around dementia with advice from people with dementia that toured the country, and very successfully. Yeah.
That's brilliant. Thank you, both of you. That's great. Sorry, Lorraine, carry on.
So, do you want to hear about Parliament?
Yes, please.
Parliament, yes, I was there. As you know, I've got all the letters, and one of them is about this, improving dementia care. So I've been to Parliament a few times now on my soapbox about this, that and the other. One of them was about a change in law, but I did a very brief sort of speech on it, and it was, I wanted to get the law changed in the workforce, especially when you was working age and they couldn't just take your job. But I was informed that I needed 100,000 votes before it would even be considered. They do different coloured papers like white paper, green paper, than Parliament. I didn't get that far. 100,000 votes is a lot, isn't it?
That is a lot, yes, yeah.
So it kind of, there were people from Alzheimer's Society helping me, but people leave and do other things, so it kind of just got left there. Anything you want to add there, Wayne? Because as I say, I've got a pile of stuff all over the place. So if you could guide me on.
Yeah, I don't know whether you wanted to say anything about, more locally than Parliament, but about the bus pass and blue badge application systems that you got changed.
Well, Wayne and I was involved with Arriva buses. It was all good at first. They were all dementia trained, and they issued these. So the person with dementia can sort of, if they were a little bit uncertain, just sort of show this, and there was no, it was very discreet. So no one would know that you have a problem or disability. But unfortunately, it was great way it was all happening. This was with Alzheimer's Society. But then, well, people changed jobs. And so with the buses, that's how it was left, really. We need to be doing that again. But since then, Alzheimer's Society, they're not in our area anymore. So we have very little interaction with Alzheimer's Society. They didn't get the tender, but anyway, that's that. Blue badges, yes. I was issued with a blue badge because of dementia. I put this blue badge, as they gave it, in the front of my car when I was still driving, and people were pulling me up on it, passers by. Why have you got a blue badge? Nothing wrong with your leg, all this kind of thing. And I thought, no, just keep it all together, hold your counsel. And I said nothing at all, Nate. And one person, I think I was outside a McDonald's, and they said, well, I'm going to take that picture of your registration, I'm going to report you. And I went, do your worst. And I just carried on. But then I worked with Wayne on this, and we came up with because he's such a whiz on the computer, isn't he? We came up with a design to put with my blue badge. It says, not all disabilities are visible, had the Alzheimer's Society logo. And I got, I think you'd like to come in there, Wayne, and say a bit about that.
Well, yeah, just to sort of a bit of ego tripping, if you like, because I can't remember how many years ago that was now, but out of that and us choosing that phraseology to show came the campaign for invisible disabilities. You know, and that's now a national thing. But you know, it came about because even now, today, if you're walking down the street and you see a disabled bay, how do you know it's a disabled bay? Because it's got a picture of a damn wheelchair on the floor. That's how come you know.
Yeah.
It's not a surprise that people that are not educated, and that's where we come back to my massive investment in education comes, because people don't realise that we have a disability. No, we haven't got a wheelchair, but we're just as disabled as the people that have got wheelchairs. Absolutely. So there's all these things that are wrong that need you to get out there and change. And I don't mean get out a can of paint and go painting over and down the street, but it's all about campaigning to get the education right.
It is. It should simply say blue badge holders, shouldn't it? Shouldn't have a picture of a wheelchair, because not all disabilities are visible. So
yeah, absolutely. And I think that's becoming more prevalent, isn't it? Because I remember, I don't know, there's a celebrity, somebody on TV, and he has I think he has 3 children, because it's a twin, and then another child who have autism, and the mother had a blue badge, and she was being harassed, as you were, Lorraine, in public, and people saying, this is ridiculous, you shouldn't be parking here, there's nothing wrong with your legs, and your children are fine, and things like that. But obviously she clearly needed it because the children had special educational needs, and needed to be close to wherever she needed to park closely because of their needs. And they all had, even if one had special needs, then they would all need to park closer. But it's an invisible disability as well sometimes, because, as you said, they're not in a wheelchair. So it's kind of and I think that's the thing. So, and also one of the things I just wanted to say as well is that you, as Memorabilia, are helping lots of people also who don't have dementia, because if there's this saying, isn't there, that if you help somebody with dementia and you provide a supportive environment for people with dementia, you're actually providing a supportive environment for lots of other people who have hidden disabilities that or need support. So yeah, thank you for everything you've been doing. Go on, Wayne.
Just that I would say some words, because you've led us rather nicely into another section that we was going to talk about. In that, when Lorraine and I go to do a mystery shop kind of review in any way, yes, we are taking our dementia with us, but we are looking through the eyes, the ears, the minds that are all disabilities that we know anything about. And the thing is, because you've got a brain disorder, that affects your whole body, all your senses. So in a way, we get a taste of all the disabilities, all of them. So we're ideal for going and doing these secret shoppers, these mystery shopper things, because we can give such a rounded, holistic view. So
yeah, so I just wanted to go on. Sorry, Lorraine.
What I want to share with you is one of these. It's a disability bus pass, and you can take a companion with you.
Oh, that's very helpful.
All disabilities, younger people, older people, they can all apply for one of these if they fit the criteria.
That's fabulous, thank you. I just wanted to go back to the mystery shopper that you mentioned, Wayne. The reason for that is because you might not might not realize, but the students that we have here today are international students, so they're not familiar maybe with what a mystery shopper is. So I just wanted to just explain very quickly what that is. Eleanor?
Like, that was my question in mind that I had. What is a mystery shop?
Yeah, thank you, Eleanor. That's very helpful. So a mystery shopper is somebody who acts as a shopper, somebody who goes around the shops, particular shops maybe, and acts as if they're just a normal person walking around. Well, normal person, normal shopper, but actually they're like a little secret agent. So they're making their sort of thing, where are the toilets, where is the lift, are the people that serve me nice, if I ask for help, do I get the help I need? But also a bit more than that, and maybe perhaps Wayne might be like to explain.
Yeah, we as memorabilia, I mean, there's all sorts of generally available forms and paperwork, normally on the Deep website as opposed to generally on the internet. But we as memorabilia have our own, I think it's about a 30-point list of things, so that wherever you go, no matter whether it's a castle or a corner shop or a restaurant or a cinema, or like this coming Friday, I'm going and doing a theatre in Milton Keynes, and 2 weeks ago I was on a farm somewhere in the Midlands. So it's this 30 questions that we answer by looking at things, and therefore we're doing a fair, stable assessment. We're always asking the same questions of people and making our own, not assumptions, but statements based on what we're seeing, feeling, hearing, tripping over, etc. And then after we've done that, we kind of then write a report based on what notes we've made on those questions, and then feed that back to the management of the company, not necessarily the workers, the staff in the shop, say, but the management team, so that they can then take these things and make changes. Yeah.
Yeah, brilliant. So you all of us can be a mystery shopper if you subscribe to that. At some point you could just be a mystery shopper and go to different events or shops, or like Wayne said, the cinema or a farm or whatever, and we can just say how our experience was and do a report and things like that. But if you obviously for memorabilia, the idea is to say what it's like from a person with dementia's point of view. So you're advocating a dementia friendly environment, and I think one of the things that you've done in the past, Lorraine and Wayne, has been about the mats in front when you welcome.
Yes,
Lorraine, do you want to tell us a bit?
Yes, McDonald's, you know McDonald's, don't you? My local McDonald's, we've got a member of staff there. Well, he's leaving soon, but he's so proactive in the field of dementia. Unfortunately, his grandma died of dementia recently, and in McDonald's every Tuesday morning we have a dementia cafe. McDonald's, yes. And but we call it a friendship group so that anyone can come, people with dementia and their carers, and we get some from the local nursing homes and that kind of thing. And also I spoke to Zoe in there, she's the overall manager, and I said, as I was passing through, when you need to change your mat in the front there, would you consider some of my ideas? We got talking about that, but I put my business hat on and I thought, in order for you to get more people through your doors, inclusive of all disabilities, a black mat in front of the door can, for some people with dementia and cognitive decline with people, visually disturbed people, they could see it as a void, a hole. So it was very interesting to hear what I said. So I said, how about we have the golden arches on it and underneath welcome? And she, there it is. I don't know if you've got a picture, have you, of the...
I wonder, I think I have actually. So yeah, I think I'll find it, see if I can get it.
We're the only one in the country with it at the moment, but hopefully it will go out to others. And I do a dementia awareness, sort of have a look round, and I always say in the nicest possible way, when you decide to change things, will you consider this or that? And that usually gets you what you want, actually, if you'd be nice.
Okay, I'm just finding it now. Here you go. Oh,
there we are. Yes, that's it.
oh, can you see that without? Yeah.
Yeah.
So there you go. You've got the arches there and the welcome.
Oh, well done.
It's great, isn't it? Yeah.
Fantastic. Yes, that's something, a great achievement. Fantastic. Thank you, Lauren.
And
well,
this is Dudley, isn't it? Your mate Dudley. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
There we go. So I just got a pop-up then for 10 minutes. So and we are coming, we were due to finish at 12:30 anyway. So would it be all right if we bring our session to a close? And I just really want to thank you all for a wonderful session. I've really enjoyed it. But particularly I want to thank Wayne, Lorraine and Rick as memorabilia for coming today, but not only for coming today and presenting and being with us and answering questions and everything, but also for all the hard work that's gone on before this in preparation. So providing the slides, the pictures, the information, providing the scripts and the timing, and being very kind with all the Zoom and the technical issues and everything. Just to thank you all very much for that. I've really appreciated, and I wish we had more time. I feel like we could have another afternoon session, or maybe another morning session, not an afternoon one, Lorraine, because I know that's not good. But Wayne, over to you.
has it. I couldn't click. I'm shaking so much, not because I'm nervous, but maybe me Parkinson's thing is, and I kept missing the button. Yes, I just wanted to quickly say, like, thank you very much for giving us this opportunity, and please, please, please do be aware. We do have through me quite a lot of interaction with Laura. So this is not the end of your opportunity to ask questions. All the time you are on the course, you know, you fire away with anything, and we will always answer, always, no matter what it is, we will always answer. This is our, it sounds a bit over the top, but this is almost our reason for living now. This is what it's about. So you ask questions, we will answer.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Sorry, thank you, Wayne. That's great. Lorraine.
I look forward to the students here with their brainstorming of how we can get more people with dementia on board. So, you know, there we are. I've heard it now, so I should be keeping an eye on you.
Yes, thank you.
I love it.
If you don't come back with ideas, Lorraine will report you to the government.
She'll take it to number 10.
I'll go to
Okay, so thank you. I'm sure there's lots more to say and from all of us, but I'm gonna stop it now before we just stop out. Zoom's just gonna cut us off. So thank you so much, everybody, and
Thank you.
and we'll all stay in contact with each other. So we have you all have my number, so you have my email address, so you can contact me via that. Okay, thank you very much. And just for the students for this afternoon, I'm just going to send you an email now with the link for this afternoon session, which will start at 1:30. Okay, thank you again, everyone. Lovely to see you. Have a lovely afternoon, rest of your day. Take care.
Bye.
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 Bye, guys.